America's story isn't over, but we're at a crossroads. Right now, we are standing at the edge of two futures. One where technology liberates humanity, and one where it enslaves us to a handful of billionaires who see themselves as our technocratic overlords. And the choice we make, that will determine whether the American experiment survives or collapses. But here's what they don't want you to realize. The future we need isn't some foreign ideology. It's already inside us. Because socialism, it's not some foreign concept. It was born from the exact same Enlightenment values that built America in the first place. Liberty, the idea that no one should be ruled over by unaccountable elites. Equality, that every person has inherent worth and must be treated as such. Solidarity, that society works best when we work together, not as isolated individuals fighting for scraps. Marx himself explicitly said that every revolution must be unique to its people, to its culture, to its history. And for America, that means our socialism must come from us, from our history, our values, not imported from the East, not dictated from the top down, but built from the bottom up. What I'm talking about isn't just socialism, it's socialism with American characteristics. A homegrown libertarian socialism built on our own foundation, not imposed through a rigid state hierarchy, but grown organically by the people for the people. Because the truth is, we've been told a lie. We've been told that capitalism and the Enlightenment are one and the same, but they aren't. Capitalism is feudalism with extra steps. It's rule by the rich instead of the king. It's power concentrated in the hands of the few instead of shared by the many. But the Enlightenment, it's about breaking chains, not forging new ones. And now, with automation, with AI, with the future bearing down on us, it's time we finish what we started. Here's something you're never told about Karl Marx. He wasn't just a philosopher. He was a futurist. He didn't just analyze the past. He predicted the future. And one of his biggest predictions? Automation. Marx saw it coming a century before anyone else did. He understood that capitalism's endgame was always going to be automation. Why? Because capitalists are obsessed with profit. And the biggest cost in any business? Labor. If they could replace every worker with a machine, they would. And now, we are almost there. AI is starting to replace writers, coders, artists, musicians. Robotics are replacing factory workers, truck drivers, cashiers. Machines are outpacing humans in every single industry. And Marx warned us that without intervention, capitalists would take every advance in technology and use it to immiserate the working class, not liberate them. And what's their plan now? They don't have one. Because the capitalist alternative to this future is simple. We all lose our jobs, and they don't care what happens next. No safety nets, no universal basic income, no system to catch us. They will watch society collapse before they let go of power. But here's what Marx also knew. Under socialism, automation doesn't mean unemployment. It means freedom. Because what is automation supposed to be? It's supposed to be the moment where we as a civilization say, we have conquered scarcity. We have broken the chains of endless toil. And now, for the first time in human history, we are free. Free from wage slavery. Free from pointless suffering. Free to spend our time how we want. Not just to survive, but to live. That is the real alternative. Universal basic income, so that no one is left behind. Universal basic needs, housing, healthcare, education, guaranteed for all. Shorter work weeks, more leisure, more fulfillment. And the funding for it? That's where nationalized asteroid mining comes in. We are at a turning point. We can either let billionaires hoard automation's benefits and plunge the rest of us into poverty, or we can seize this moment and turn technology into a tool for liberation. And the key to that? Nationalized asteroid mining. Because the reality is, we don't have to fight over scraps here on Earth anymore. Up in space, there's trillions of dollars worth of resources just waiting to be claimed. And if we don't nationalize it, the billionaires will privatize it. They will mine it, hoard it, and sell it back to us at a premium. They will build a post-scarcity future for themselves and a dystopia for the rest of us. They will become kings, and we will be their serfs, unless we take it first. Nationalized asteroid mining means an economy that isn't dependent on infinite growth, a society that isn't shackled to wage labor, an America that can finally live up to its Enlightenment ideals. And when we reach the point where the wealth from asteroid mining surpasses tax revenue, we abolish taxation altogether. Not through some libertarian scam, but through actual post-scarcity economics. The American dream doesn't have to die. It just has to be reborn in a form that actually works. Everything I've just laid out, it's not radical. It's not impossible. It is the next logical step. A step Marx saw coming, a step America has been inching toward for centuries. Because at its core, socialism isn't a foreign ideology. It is the completion of the American experiment. It is liberty, equality, and solidarity made real. And the billionaires, the capitalists, the fascists, they fear this future because it is the one thing they cannot control. This is what we fight for. Not just to stop the bad guys, not just to resist, but to win, to build the future we deserve, to finally, after centuries of struggle, finish the American Revolution.